So I've had many of you come to me to ask me about the five. Who are the five? Where do they come from? I've never heard of the five before. Blah, this and that. I didn't know up until 2023 who were all involved, a part of the five, and it wasn't just 5 people. Apparently there were more, but there were 5 main characters within the group. And as far as from what I have gathered over the years about the five, is they are a cyber bullying group that create fake alt accounts and cyber stalk, harass, and bully random people and people that they just didn't personally like on the app. But when they randomly chose people, like I Choose You Pikachu, 9/10 of the time it was a person that was actually good for the community and actually doing what they needed to do for the community. And they were getting up there. So to try to take them down a peg, or anybody else that they just didn't like, they would cyberstalk, harass, and bully. Going as far as getting information about you and just randomly posting it, or posting certain insights as commentary or as videos towards that individual. Again, none of these people use their actual TikToks. They were all burner accounts. They were all behind the scene accounts. To answer everybody on what they're wanting to know, it was a cyber bullying group that hid behind accounts that wasn't theirs and went around attacking people by mass stalking them, harassing them, cyberbullying them, going and finding information about them, and then tweaking with their brains. I don't know how many of you out here have had a stalker, one that stayed behind the scenes but was finding out and figuring out things about you. That shit's kind of creepy, and it's really weird. Actually, it's just weird fucking behavior, period. And for a bunch of grown-ass adults to be on this app, going around to random people and people that they just didn't like, cyber stalking, harassing, and bullying them on fake fucking accounts is horrible. Y'all are horrible people. So that answers everybody when it comes to who is the five and what the fuck were they a part of. So far, the names given about that group: Celtic Hex, or used to be known as Raven Stronghold, which is supposedly her Native American name that was given to her through an internet initiation by a Norwegian man that wasn't Native Norwegian. Agmatic Witch, Mr. James, Aramid Sage, and Winter Raven. But again, I'm being told that there were more people than just them that was a part of it. But apparently, these were the main 5 that were a part of the group. Now, I recently learned these names. I didn't know that those names were a part of the group, because when we were all having, the lives about the 5 and, Celtic being called out about that, I had just found out that Celtic was a part of the 5, let alone anybody else. And in that live, I told her, you do know that you guys caused someone to kill themselves, correct? But that's neither here nor there now, because people seem to think that everything that happened way back then is just okay because it was way back then. Well, when you are SA'd and you run into your SA'er, do you just let them forget? Do you try to fight them? Do you get scared and run away? When you are a person that's in the family that had a family member touch you, and they try to claim that you're a liar, and then it comes out to be proven to be true, do you let the family forget that they called you a liar? Do you let the family forget that their family member, their person, did something horrible to you? No, you don't. And if you do, well then, I'm sorry that you have not created the backbone yet to stick up for yourself, your inner child, your inner teenager, and your young adult, while being an actual adult and going after the perpetrator. See, after I went through what I went through as a child and in my early adulthood ages, I made sure, goddamn sure, that I was never going to be a victim again. Ever. I don't care what I go through, how much people go to try to put me through. You're never going to make me a victim. Because once I go down, yeah, I might be down for a moment. I might cry. I might scream, I might get pissed, and I might slam my hands against the floor. But once I stand back up, run. Because you're not being shown any quarter. You're not being shown any grace. You're not being shown any kind of empathy. In fact, I'm apathetic at that point. Yeah. So, do you think those victims' families, should forgive you guys? Oh, because it was just a few years ago, so just let it go. No. I'm pretty sure that victim's family would love to know all of your names. Would love to know, that one of you, a part of the 5, one of many of you, decided that you were going to cyber harass and bully a 23-year-old woman that would be 26 years old today, until she unalived herself. And letting people know that a few of you are in America and can be charged. Some of you over the pond, just because you're over the pond. Yeah, you can't get arrested. No, you can't. But we can make it difficult for you being on this app. We can make it very hard for you being on this app. Osto, Mystic Miami, where the fuck are you at right now? Where are you at right now? Come to the front lines. Did you know that Celtic Hex has a eagle feather? That was given to her by a Norwegian man. And regalia that was given to her by a Norwegian man. These people were not actual Native Americans to Norway, right? They're not indigenous. They're white Norwegian people. Not the white presenting Norwegian natives, okay? So where are you calling your friend out? Where are you? Because, Raven Stronghold, needs very much to be dealt with. Since, you guys want to sit there and say that I'm not Native and try to claim that my biological father is just my stepdad. Where are you at going after your friend for having an eagle feather, having regalia, and, taking a internet-initiated name? Where are you? Where are you calling your friend out at for that? Because, you guys call your friends out for that. I don't care about the fucking death whistle. I personally don't care about the Mayan death whistle, okay? What I do care about is that eagle feather. What I do care about is that regalia. When you guys have so much to say about my mom, who is half black and half white, and my dad, that is, full Native American, and how I present and trying to claim that he's just some guy that raised me when it's a full fucking lie. That's my dad. While you have a whole white woman who sits there and says all the time she's uncultured enough to be on some bullshit with, people in America, then you're uncultured enough to get your ass reamed on this app for doing uncultured shit, uncultured swine shit, in fact. This thing that we like to call appropriation of our fucking people. Kind of weird, because I was more than pretty sure when you got your native name, it was by an elder. Like how my great Nanu gave me the nickname Otter. Actually, it's much longer than that, but I just shortened it down to Otter. While my grandmother gave my daughter her name, you know what? Never mind. Just don't even bother holding your friend accountable, because you're not going to. You ain't going to do that, because it's going to cause a fight between all of you guys. Nope, you just sit back and watch, because you wanted to sit there and say that and lie and say Native Talk was mad at me. Just wait. Because when I post that video to Native Talk, where she is showing an eagle feather and she is sitting in regalia as a white woman from Scotland, I'm sure, so sure, that the community, their self, is going to have something to say about it. Toodles, toodles, toodaloo.